What if I told you you could extend your job search and your search for a business opportunity outside the shores of Nigeria without needing to travel out? What if I told you that people in Nigeria are doing business with people outside of Nigeria as we speak? Have you heard about freelance websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or People Per Hour? There are loads of Nigerians on there getting contracts from there. Are you on LinkedIn? Why not? People get jobs from these places without having to leave their country. The world is more connected than you could ever imagine, and if you're not taking advantage of it, you only have yourself to blame. Stay tuned with Auntie O. Hey, so this is a continuation on my series on Nigeria. So I'm Nigerian, I've lived in Nigeria, now I live in the UK. So just comparing experiences from both countries, looking at where the trend of technology, work, business, where everything is going, and just putting my little piece out here for anyone who would listen. So today I'm talking about global connectivity. The world is connected. I know many years ago, I've heard the saying, the world is a global village. Never been truer than now. It is really global, and we haven't seen anything yet. And people need to catch up with what's happening. Otherwise, you're just going to be left behind. You're going to be a dinosaur. You're going to be gone. So there is a lot happening on the space, on the global stage. The barriers are being broken down. This whole, I've got to be there physically to do this thing, that's going away. And I'm going to talk particularly today, just referring to that point because of a post I saw recently. So what I do here, sometimes I just observe, because as an introvert, it's one of the gifts that we have is we just sit down and watch people talk and we form opinions. So recently there was a post someone made on a group somewhere and said something about LinkedIn. Oh, I hate LinkedIn. Everyone there is fake and people are claiming to be what they're not. I hate LinkedIn. I don't know who sent me to go on LinkedIn. And immediately people started saying, and I'm talking about Nigeria, so this series will be for Nigerians. These are Nigerian people, and people started saying, oh, why did you go there? It's rubbish. Oh, it's that. I was so surprised that people thought that way about LinkedIn or any social media outfit. Yes, there will be fakes everywhere. We can't rule that out, but there are things happening. There are people who are doing things there, and personally, I think it depends on what you want to focus on. You can focus on those who are faking it, and how do you even know that they're faking it unless you know them personally? Except you know them personally, you can't really tell who's faking and who's not. It might just be your jealousy cropping up to say, oh, what does this person think they are? But maybe they are what they say they are. How do you know? So yeah, LinkedIn is the place to be for business. I mean, as such today, with what I know, in terms, it's not just for looking for jobs. It helps your business as well. People are getting business deals, shaking hands there, coming out, and it's so good because you can just come out and be active. It's not enough to have a profile there. Of course, it's good to have a profile, set it up, put the right skills and everything. But when you're active, I don't know if it's some algorithm behind the scenes or it is just people searching. I find that since I've been really active, so I've been on LinkedIn for a while, not too long, funny enough, not too long, but I've been active for the past few months, and it's changed. People approach you. I don't apply for work anymore. They come to your inbox and say, oh, actually, we've got this. We think you're the right person for it. And it's a game changer. So if you think about the fact that technology has advanced so much so that you could do any job from anywhere. So I started working from home before COVID, before all of that. The first experience I had being able to work from home was, I think, 2013, which is about 8 years ago. And it wasn't every day. It's never been every day. But, you can get the one day where you can work from home, come to the office. But I think in 2020, with COVID, it's blown open that nonsense, that theory. Employers would say, so last year I was in a contract, and then, oh yeah, you all must come in to work, you must come in, and I'm thinking, my stakeholders, so I'm in the UK, my stakeholders were in America, Philippines, India. My coming to work made no difference to my work, so I came into work and still had my headphones because I had to talk to these people who were not in the office. but they would tell you have to come to the office. And I remember just questioning the whole thing. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I come to the office. Yes, I might see someone, hi, but most of the people I'm talking to are not even in this office. So what am I doing here? But I think for them, it was just their own way to monitor or to control. No, not control. That's a strong word. To monitor people, because they felt like people would not do enough when they were not in the office. And I think a lot of employers before last year had that same mentality. You've got to come in, I've got to see what you're doing. But 2020 changed that game. Till now, people are still working from home. Employers who hadn't set up for home working had to set up really quickly. And I find personally that I did much more from home than I did in the office, because there's no distraction. You know, in the office, you hear the noise and you get up, there's this friend, let's go have coffee, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. You actually do a lot more and from home, but that's not the point today. What I'm talking about is if Nigerians could understand what the power, you know, the opportunities that exist in the fact that you can actually now apply for work almost anywhere. So I get work opportunities from America, from different countries. So there was one that I turned down just recently, and it was so they said America. So we're in America. We want you to work American time. So that would have meant me working from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock in the night, which I just felt, you know, I'm a morning person. I wake up 5 a.m. So that's just going to be a really long stretch for me. I'm useless from about 4 or 5 p.m. That's going to be a long stretch for me. So I kind of turned that down, and I think we couldn't agree on the pay as well. So I turned that down, but that's possible. That's happening. So I have a new role. Similarly, the rest of my team is in America. I'm here. I don't have to be in any office. I could go to the London office if I wanted, but I don't have to be in any office. But this is getting more and more common, especially if and for those who are working within the technology field. And I can talk about how you get into that, because I didn't have a technology qualification. I didn't read computer science. I didn't, you know, there are certifications that get you there really quick, and before you know it, you start building. You just need to get the first one, and then the next one gets easier, and it gets easier like that. So an example I would share on LinkedIn, because I like to I want to be realistic with my examples, right? And there was this Nigerian guy. So someone said, oh, we want someone to do us a design, to do our design, maybe rebrand. They wanted a rebranding. And then someone, I think it was Twitter, someone put the post on Twitter, and different people commented, but a Nigerian guy based in Nigeria. So I'm giving this example just in case someone says, but no, all of that. This guy was based in Nigeria, and this guy responded to this advert and did it the right way. You see, that's the thing. We don't know how to seize opportunities. Someone asks a question. I get that from time to time. You ask a question and someone comes in your inbox and like, oh, good morning, ma. Just cut the crap and send the thing. And this guy sent, you know, samples of work and sent some things inbox to this guy straight away. He was blown away. And he said, so what happened? He got the guy, he took the guy. So this guy is based in the UK, a company in UK. Told this guy, yeah, we're happy with what you do. What do you charge? And they took him on to do their branding, their logos. And where did I see this post? This guy in the UK, this UK company, put a post out there, and they had a big clientele and followership on LinkedIn, and they put the post out there in LinkedIn and said, oh, we would like to recommend this guy who does our branding. He's based in Nigeria. He responded to an advert that we have, but since then we've had a really good working relationship with him. He's done so much work for us, and we would like to recommend him to anyone who wants to use his service. That was, and the response that, you know, people started responding, oh yes, I want his contact, This guy's based in Nigeria, and these people are all in the UK, US, and I'm sure he's doing well wherever he is. He's doing well right now. But that's just someone who was in the right space, you know, to see that advert. So for those of you who say, oh, I don't like LinkedIn, I'm never going to join LinkedIn, or you go to Twitter, I hate this. So let me address this. There is a sensible conversation on Twitter. Your president comes out, or someone comes out and says something that sounds sensible, and it's only in Nigerian tweets that all you say is follow me, IFB means I follow back. Like, that's crazy. It's the discussions you have in places like that that make someone think, oh, actually, this person knows something. So yeah, I've actually got a gig on from my YouTube videos, even if it's just 3 weeks from posting the interview series. I've gotten a gig from it already. From my LinkedIn post, I have gotten so many contacts. I got my first, main consultancy gig from my LinkedIn post, just sharing it out there, and someone coming, oh, actually, from your post, I've gone to your website. I like what you do. Can you help me do this? So what I'm saying is that it's good to write a CV. It's good to have a profile, but put yourself out there and have intelligent conversations. So for example, this guy on Twitter that got the designing job, he responded in a sensible manner to an advert. No, don't go to Twitter and start clicking, I follow back, follow me. Like, when you get the followers, what do you do with them if you don't have anything to offer? So I don't believe in getting followers for the sake of just, I've got 20. Like, where are we following you to? What are we doing? Are you offering anything? Am I learning from you? Are you funny? What am I gaining from following you? So let's take advantage of the fact that we might not need visas. And talking about visas, I've worked with people, and I don't know why there is a difference, but you see, in the UK, for example, someone from India would get a visa to come do a work on an IT project. Straight away, they employ them, testing, developers, one hand, they get the visa. So I don't know if there's anything stopping us. I don't know. I don't think there is anything. I just think it's a lack of skills. So we are still focusing on the 4-year university, go and read medicine, go and read law, that sort of thing that we haven't really harnessed into the shots, this short-term certification, 6 months, 1 year, that can get you, further than your 4 or 5 years could get you. Take advantage of the global connectivity. Education is free. Yes, it is free nowadays. Everything you need is out there. There are free, so Udemy is one of the free platforms where you could learn. You could learn almost anything. You could learn, and I'm talking about those who are interested in knowing more about the IT space. So I'm an accountant by profession, but over the years I've drifted into IT, and I haven't done any extra university degree, neither do I have a master's, and I'm doing well. I might do a master's later for the fun of it, but I don't need it. I don't need to do it. I might do it, if I've got too much money and too much time. Yeah, I might do it. But education is free. And there was this guy on YouTube. I was reading YouTube. I think it was their half year. They did some sort of publication, and they were featuring people who have changed their lives on YouTube. And there was this guy. He was a single father. He had a job, and he would, drop his kids at school, go to work. But at night, he would go on YouTube and he would learn animation. Again, free. He didn't have to pay anything. He learned how to do animation, and he learned up to the point where he started doing his own animation. And now he doesn't have to work for anyone. All he has to do now, just sit at home, do his animation. His first 3 years, I think in his third year or something, he started making $100,000. He probably makes millions right now. I don't know. But that's the reality on ground, is that the world is getting more and more connected. And I know that we face particular challenges as Nigerians. I know that we face challenges in terms of regulations. You never know what the government will stop next or whatever. And we face these challenges in terms of access to good working internet. I am aware of that. But we still, yes, data is expensive, but we spend the data following gossip anyway. We spend the data following who's sleeping with whose husband and whose DNA did not come out. We have the data for that. Personally, I'd say channel the use of that little data you have into something that could potentially, all of this is potentially, right? That could potentially pay you back in the future. Put yourself out there. If you're not yet on LinkedIn, go out there, just explore. There are free learning platforms in a lot of places. Udemy is one of them. I pay for LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a learning platform, but I don't think it's free. I pay for that because I prefer the quality there. But make it a point of duty to learn. Amazon Kindle has free books you could download, personal development, those sort of things. Create time and develop yourself. Keep an eye out on the news. Listen to the news, like global news. Yes, it's good to listen to what's going on in your own country, but what's going on around the world as well, because it's in doing that you then maybe spot opportunities and think, oh, actually there might be something here. But when you go out on social media, by all means be social. I love a good gossip myself from time to time, but when you just spread yourself in the different platforms. So for example, yes, Facebook, whatever, that's fine, but put yourself on LinkedIn, and when you're there, play the game, a professional way. If you have a business, it's not just for looking for jobs, by the way. If you've got a business, you've got a service, put yourself out there. I think I'll mention this somewhere else again soon in another video. Put yourself out there and make good connections. So look at the sort of connections that you make as well. I'm going to talk about this as well. But yes, good connections. Not everyone on your friends list or whatever should just be the same us type of people. Have a few people that you look up to. Have a few people that live life differently, that do things differently, because you might pick a thing or two. You might not do it the way they do it, but it's good to, variety is the spice of life. That's what we say. So yeah, get yourself out there. It's a connected world, and it's going to get even more connected. It's going to be seamless. And then those who are wise would start learning, start trying to get an understanding of what's happening so that they can, plug themselves in. Thank you.